Hey VC, it's Mazzy here, and I'm in a friend's cafe, Real Fine Coffee, in West Seattle, and I'm with a couple of friends, Michelle and Rolly.
Either or.
And they're getting back into vinyl. So Rolly went to Hawthorne Stereo, which is a cool new and used vintage place in Seattle in the U District, right?
Yep.
U District, and picked up some vintage gear. So let me, first of all, tell me what you got, if you remember.
I do. I got a 1970s Carmen Hardin receiver. I got some Advent speakers from the 70s that have all been redone, and also an AR turntable.
Cool. So what kind of music are you two into? I'm sure it varies, but let's Michelle.
Grateful Dead, and then some funk and soul, and of course the 80s, 70s. I'm kind of all over the board.
Tell me about that hat.
Smile.
You have a collection of these hats, don't you?
I do actually. From a friend of ours, Esky, and
Does he make them?
He does. Yes,
had
straight
no
off
idea.
the islands of Hawaii.
I have no idea. Okay. And so tell me, what kind of music are you into?
Everything. Jazz. Love jazz. Love old classic rock. Funk. Lots of funk and soul from the 70s.
All right. So you guys are about 15 to 20 years younger. 20 years younger than me. There you go. You're a good 2 decades younger than me. So, all right. But music is music. Anyway, I found out yesterday that they just got back into it, so I decided I needed to present them with a record for their collection. Of course, since it's coming from me, it's got to be a Beatles record. Because I asked them, they don't have any Beatles records. I know they have probably digital music, but okay.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Okay. So if you guys out there can guess which album I'm giving them, I have multiples of my collection, and this is actually what I consider their best album. I think it's their best album, but it's so subjective. And the best version of the album, which I'll get into and won't make any sense, and you don't even give a shit anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And you get a free gift bag too.
Look at that.
The
For real?
Tote bag.
There's the Beatles on it.
Super cool.
It's the Beatles.
Hey!
See, I'll buy you a coffee if you scream the Beatles as loud as you can in the middle of this cafe right now.
The Beatles!
She did it. Okay. It was a challenge.
It was a challenge.
That was perfect. Anyway, okay. Here you go. Take it out. Oh, I just wrecked it for you. But okay. Hold it up. You got to hold it up to the revolver.
Or the front.
Okay. Now, it's sealed. Now the thing about this version of it, over the last decade, Apple, the Beatles Apple, reissued their catalog on vinyl. First they put out the stereo albums, which were cut from digital sources, which sound great, but they're from digital sources, and us friggin' purists, our first choice is all analog. But remember, if you go back, these are 50-year-old tapes, so you can only run them through the machine so much before they get kind of worn. But anyway, when they did the mono versions, they cut all analog cuts, which are considered better. And up until and through, I know I'm so geeky here. This is like listening to Star Trek shit. Up through Sgt. Pepper, the Beatles and the producers, mono was the primary way they mixed their records. So the mono they spent all this time with through Sgt. Pepper, and the stereo was almost like secondary. I like the stereo too, but this is actually a mono version, and they call this tip back covers. This is like the original Parlophone UK. Tip back, see this? It's where the cardboard is folded over. It's so geeky again. It's not just printed on top. So, and these are out of print now, and they're kind of hard to get, and they're going for a bit. So, this is a great version of this album.
Thank you. Makes me smile.
Very much.
That's so
Very
geeky.
kind.
It's so
Very
geeky.
kind of you.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. And
Oh, absolutely.
What's good about the mono will seem kind of tighter and louder, more rock and rolly. So just put this on and crank it. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
And you know the song. You know.
Thank
You
you.
know
Oh, yeah.
You know or most of the songs. So
Most
Eleanor
definitely.
Rigby.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Very cool.
Taxman. Anyway, Mazzy here live in West Seattle Cafe, Seattle. West Seattle, Seattle. That's redundant. Any last words?
West Side's the best side. Thank you very much.
Best side's best side. Thank you.
Okay.
Would really
Mazzy out.
appreciate it.
Mazzy loves you. Thank you. Bye.